Taking just be. Don't take it. Taking just don't be.
Hello to you guys on Shake It Out. Please like and subscribe right away. My name is Batavilem Simango, and I'm 37 years old. I live in Gaborone, Botswana. Well, for today's date with my man, I think I'm well prepared. My ammunition, a Chanel foundation, 2 shades to be on the right side, Chanel powder, Dior primer, sunscreen, foundation, and eyeshadows. As for perfume, I'll only use one. Le Baiser du Dragon by Cartier. I think I'll just layer that with Dior Dune. And maybe a little bit of Fiji by Guy Laroche. And maybe I should spray Chanel No. 5 on my hair. Note to self, take pictures before the 5-course meal and no more pictures after the 2nd-course meal because mkaba. That should do it. You're all invited to my wedding because I'm sure tonight I'm going to kill it. And I'm hoping to get a promise to a proposal or even a proposal itself. Ooh, child. The theme of my wedding will be flat stomach, y'all. So keep in shape in the meantime. I'll update y'all about my date later. Mwah! To those who said there's plenty of fish in the sea, I guess they meant real fish, not men. Because these streets have been so dry and so dirty. This has been my first relationship after almost 2 years of being single and searching. So this guy that I'm dating, the one I went out with tonight, his name is Kulemeka. We've been together for 8 months. I'm currently not employed. I'm in between jobs at the moment. So, Mr. Man is doing very well for himself. He has a well-paying job in the aviation industry. He lives in a beautiful house in a nice neighborhood, drives a beautiful car, and a great lifestyle. He's taken us for holidays overseas. He loves shopping, so we're always out shopping, eating, having fun. I've really been enjoying it. So tonight, I found out that the way he has arrived at this destination has been less than favorable. He told me that he sells prohibited illegal flower powder, if you know what I mean. He says he's a small-time dealer, nothing major. Not like a real drug dealer. Can you see what he did there? Trying to minimize the fact that he's a drug dealer. I said, what about your official job? And he said this dealing stuff is his side hustle, nothing serious. I didn't know what to say about this piece of information. I've been blindsided by all this. He sees no problem with breaking the law. Like, his justification? It's not like he's engaging in violent crimes. But you do know what drug does to people, families, communities, and countries, right? He says he's not stopping until he achieves what he's aiming to achieve in his life, blah, blah, blah. I don't even need to think long and hard on this one. I can't deal. I'm not planning on assisting anyone in breaking the law. And I'm not going to knowingly benefit from the proceeds of the crime. Because when the anti-corruption unit catches you, they leave you with nothing, and you're lucky if you don't end up in jail yourself for aiding and abetting. A drug peddler is not the hill I'm willing to die on. Because what? He says he's not stopping soon because he needs to get some things in order first because he really needs the money. I'm like, so why didn't you tell me all this before we got serious? So during dinner, I accidentally got his fingerprint and had a friend run it through the system. I've just received the results. His previous charges stand like this. He was once arrested for possession with intent to distribute narcotics, plus 2 counts of conspiracy to introduce contraband into a penal institution. Apparently, he took drugs to jail on a visit to give to his prisoner friend to sell inside prison. How twisted is that? On both charges, they didn't have enough evidence to prosecute. Seems like his docket mysteriously disappeared. Sus, right? Like someone paid someone to make that happen. So he's not like a convicted drug runner. He's never been convicted. But still, that's a mighty big risk I'm not willing to take. My mom sees nothing wrong with this. She says indoda maybe in a crime record nyana or a court case at least. Otherwise, he's not an OG. Cute. But it's a risk that I'm not willing to take. I learned a lot from my mother. And for that, I'll always be grateful to her. But I've never been able to trust my mother's choices in men. She's used to dealing with street and hood guys, scammers and false prophets and shady pastors, scammers, armed robbers, and the likes. She has friends who are married to cash in transit robbers, and some to those guys who clone credit cards. She says they are generous spenders and givers and have so much love to give. One of her friend's husband steals Rolex timepieces for a living. The other friend's husband has been dodging his court date and his involvement in a major crime and for years. The amount of money they've wasted on lawyers' fees is astounding. Those lawsuits have devastated their finances due to his own conduct. Her other friend's husband, his lawyer is currently waiting for police to submit a warrant package to the prosecutor's office. A warrant of arrest may be issued soon. Vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence. There were people chasing him. He ran over street vendors while fleeing from a deal gone sour. And he had 580,000 in the boot and 2 illegal firearms. Yo, it's a lot on these crime-ridden streets, and I'm not about that life. That's not the life I want for me and my kids. You end up catching strays and being locked up. But like, my worst fear is hearing the 2 phrases. You're under arrest and you have the right to remain silent. And imagine hearing those words in a foreign country while you're on holiday because your husband is into some shady stuff you know of. This is the rock bottom I will never reach. I don't want a man that puts my safety at risk. I'd rather be single than be stressed every time I hear a police siren or every time I see a police vehicle. Better to be single than behind bars. Besides, they don't serve crabs and salmon in prison. For me, freedom is life. Freedom is everything. I guess some people see no problem with going to prison and being around violent motherfuckers for life. I crave and pray for safety and stability. I'm sorry for oversharing. I just I'm just here to vent. This is just too much for me. I didn't see it coming. I was seeing a beautiful future with this guy, but now 37 years old, single, and childless. My girlfriend, who's the same age as I am, she has 4 beautiful kids, a loving and responsible husband, a beautiful home here in Botswana, plus they have a beautiful winter home in Canada, where they go every Christmas. My other girlfriend, same age as well, oh girl is lucky. Engaged twice. Now she's happily married, living between Switzerland and Botswana with her beautiful husband and beautiful son. Intercontinental traveling is even making them look years younger. And I'm here, being solicited by drug dealers. Like how? I know that comparison is the thief of joy, but I'm just mentioning it to say it's possible to have a good man and a great life. We're headed for another brutally cold winter. I thought this winter was going to be brewed up, but I'm alone. Again. This is going to be my third winter alone, with the sound of my chattering teeth. I'm content with being alone than to be desperate enough to entertain a thug. No, ma'am. The best math we can ever learn is how to calculate the future cost of our current decisions. I'm not sacrificing my peace of mind for a drug dealer. Now it's back to a man inviting me out last minute because he's been dropped by his first choice. Or a man inviting me out to dinner, then taking me to his house, like his house is a restaurant. Or a man who I'll find out after months of dating that he has a wife and kids at home. Or just some dude who's not serious and will lie to get you to think the relationship was going somewhere. Ish! Dear single ladies, let's inspire each other in our singleness. Being alone is really not as bad as they make it out to be. We deserve the best. Just because we're single and searching doesn't mean we deserve criminals or street thugs. We deserve loving, respectful, hardworking, law-abiding citizens, raised under the right conditions, while full of respect, morals, and values. Our prayers will be answered. Amen.